the true story right there.
Or left. Linen. Hey, look at this. We are live. Oh. Okay. Okay, where did it go? Just ain't gonna bring it up. So gotta bring this over to here. And Mr. Paul Murray. Nope, he's not live yet. Indiana Harbor last night, did you?
Yep.
I thought you would have caught the Paul Tugerthers coming down yesterday.
Well, I looked at that, but it was dark and it was not the nicest weather. It was kind of misty. So I said, nah. But I did go out this morning and I got the Presqu'île upbound. That's 1,000-foot tug barge.
You sure we're live? I mean, I can't get it up.
Can't get it up?
That sounds like a personal issue.
Okay,
Yeah.
I can get
Did you get it up?
Yeah, I got it up.
What's up, Bill?
You got to think about happy thoughts when you want to do that. You think about Sheila.
There you go, Atlantic Adventures. Hey, Bill, how's it going? I am thinking about Sheila. I got to pick her up at 10:30.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got a couple long distance signs to do, so she wants to go for a ride. So. $15.99, 1 inch.
There we go.
Wow, your microphone there, Justin, to blow you right out of the room. Yeah.
Really hot. Yeah. That's okay, but it sounds much better than using the headset.
Yeah.
But it's just like when you
That
just
better?
talk.
Yeah, that's all.
better. Because when you talked it like woo woo.
Yeah, it was turned all the way up still. What's up,
Yeah.
David?
Turn it down just up just a little bit.
A little bit more up.
Go ahead,
That
talk.
better?
Yeah, that's better right there.
All right.
Hey, Trevor, Andrew, and Mr. AZ. Wow, AZ, what's happening?
Yeah.
What's up, Andrew?
Bill, Andrew, AZ, David, Trevor. Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear the rain coming down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Andrew said you might go for a motorcycle ride today.
Oh, good for you, Andrew.
Yeah.
The weather must be good for that there. It's rainy here. It's been raining on and off for the last 2 days.
Oh, you're funny, Bill. These are my J Labs. I've had these for a long time. I'm using my Yeti mic again, so. Figured I hadn't used it in a while, so I gave the headphones a break for a little bit.
Came back from the airport, AZ said. Oh, okay. Bill says, Justin, I got to tell you, when you wear the headphones, it makes your head look huge.
Yeah, because these are way smaller.
Yeah.
These ones only go over your ear, where the other ones completely go over your, like they cover your entire ear.
Yeah. Yeah, we went on a couple of minutes early. Yep.
AZ said he just got back from the airport. Huh? Yeah, Trevor, 2 minutes early. Get with the program. No.
Oh, I hate going to the airport.
Ew, excuse me.
The airport here is in Orlando is like a damn maze going through there.
Well, you know, most airports are the guys that design them think that they're doing everybody a favor with all these loops and hoops and all this kind of craziness.
Yeah, ours goes like different terminals, and then you have to follow certain lanes, and it'll tell you which lane to follow, and they're all marked A, B, or C.
Yep.
It can get. I know my way around the airport really well, only because I used to Uber there all the time. But if you don't know your way around, and there's one weird spot, so there's like a 1/4 mile spot when you're in the airport where you're driving. It don't matter what phone you have, what service you have, it just starts going crazy with the GPS, and it'll start jumping all over the place. And it's like this little 1/4 mile stretch. I don't know if it's from their radar or what it is, but it does this really weird shit when you come into the airport for about a 1/4 mile, and then it fixes itself.
Yeah, the weather hasn't been all that conducive here, but like I say, I did go out and get a ship this morning, so at 7 a.m., which was just after started getting light.
What's the weather here right now? It'd be looks like we're supposed to get a high of 90 today. It's only 78 right now. Feels like 86.
Yeah, my little squirrel buddies are out getting all the nuts they can get for winter. I gotta pick some more.
Looks like the first impeachment for Biden goes on today. Jesus.
Well, inquiry. It's not an impeachment. It's an inquiry.
I wish both sides would just knock the shit off and just get back to business.
Well, yeah, I know. Governor says they've only got days to go to the start of daylight savings time. Oh, then you're going to have to adjust your time. I think ours is both the 4th and 5th of November, I think, when we finally get around to it.
Well, I had to fix my boom mic last night.
Your boom?
Yeah, for my microphone. The minute I went on Murray's yesterday, it broke right after he started the show.
Oh, no kidding.
But luckily I had enough I have like freaking like 20 tripods, so I was able to take an old tripod and use the pieces from it.
Yeah.
And it actually made it better than what it was before.
Yeah.
But anyway, my little squirrelies, and what I get the biggest kick out of is the squirrels are great, but the little friggin' chipmunks, those guys crack me up.
I thought Cat got it.
Yeah, well, he got one of them, but there's still a couple of them around here. That little chipmunk gets a peanut about this size, it's bigger than his head, and he sticks it down his mouth, and then he jams another one in the side over here and runs off.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Their cheeks, they can puff them right out, eh? They get, I don't know. Yeah.
This cracks me up.
Hey, Mark. Andrew. Yeah.
Mark, yeah, it was super dark this morning out because it was like really cloudy.
Yeah.
I was taking Aubrey out to the bus stop and it was pretty nasty looking outside.
Trevor must go through a time change.
Yeah, because that's when Matt will start his show at 7 p.m. Eastern instead of 8. Does it every year and then he forgets about it and I have to remind him that he's starting an hour early. Oh yeah, about Wiles. This guy's, oh my God. Sarah, send me those clips if you got them. It's pretty funny.
Wild hamsters. Yeah. Yeah, we got to go to London this morning, and then I got to go to Kamoka. What else do I got? I got another one someplace here in town, I think. Okay, got to figure out when, Sheila. Oh, one around the corner. Linda, that's one at 1920 Marconi Boulevard. That's that one just, yeah. Oh, I got to put a sign up at 33 Gladstone. Got about that one. Just down the street here.
Watch this shit. I ran across last night. It's pretty funny.
Hillborough.
Girls and our gay best friend Ryan.
This is Ryan, and these girls have no idea that he is a straight man pretending to be homosexual.
We love to prank Ryan. The other day we made one of those TikToks where you flash your gay best friend for the first
Girl,
time.
stop talking about that. It was disgusting.
3, 2, 1.
Ew, stop.
Ryan's friends are clueless of his true identity because of the countless hours he has spent crafting this persona. But slip-ups are inevitable.
I'm just scared I'm gonna embarrass myself when I finally hook up with Liam. Like, it's just been so long since
You trying to practice?
What did you just say?
I said, do you know how fat your ass is? You have nothing to be embarrassed about, girl.
That was a close call. But not all predicaments Ryan gets himself into are resolved so easily.
Ryan, that double date with the NBA players was so much fun. I'm so glad you came.
Sleep over with the girl.
That is funny.
That's the way to do it.
Oh, Bill got himself a real estate shot today. Cool.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, good for him.
Well, yeah, no kidding, yeah. One of the requirements I have with a lot of my real estate agents, straight up about 250, 300 feet, look straight down, get the whole lot in the shot, straight down,
Yeah.
so they can see the property lines. So, but I do high, low, all over the place, different angles. You can always throw them out afterwards if you don't like them or whatever, but you know. I run into a guy yesterday, and a guy that does photography. He had a Mavic 3 yesterday flying it. Used to have a Mavic 2, but
So he's
Yeah.
flying the Mavic 3 now?
yeah, I wanted to sit there and talk to him, but he kind of kind of pushing, trying to get out, get into the vehicle and get going. I don't know, because maybe he thought you gonna have a problem with him, or he didn't want me to. I don't know. Kind of weird. Like he put the drone in the vehicle, just basically almost set it in, and was driving away already. Oh, wow. Thought
Well,
he
you weren't like you weren't staring at him, licking your lips or nothing, were you?
I
He's like,
walked across the road over to where he was parked across in the field. Yeah,
yeah. Dude was like, I'm out of here.
yeah. Maybe I looked scary when I come across to him.
Well, I mean, that might have been what it was, though, is he probably thought you were pissed off that he was flying there or something.
Well, I was putting the sign up, and it's got Hodger drones on the other side of my truck. The aerial photography. I don't know. Maybe he's not licensed. I don't know.
I had a really nice conversation with the guy that was doing cell phone tower inspections, and he was flying a Matrice, and I waited till he landed, and me and him sat and talked for like 45 minutes one day.
Yeah. And another thing, we're less than a mile from the airport. You were right on almost the end of the runway, almost less than a mile. Maybe didn't want to hang around.
That could be.
So Bill said, yeah, they want that shot as well. Yeah. Are you doing any video or just pictures there, Bill? I don't know, down around Toronto and Hamilton, that way, they seem to do a lot of video.
Never stop moving.
Oh, hey, good for you, AZ. But around here, they seem mostly photos. That's all they do use around here. Yeah, maybe. I must have been too scary for him there, Trevor. Next end video. Go. I should see. I should go and try and find to see if they posted that one I did in Strathroy.
Yeah.
Ugh.
What's up, Corey?
Nathan Park. Okay, let me see.
I saw a bunch of people posting about the Mini 4 on Facebook. They're pissed 'cause they're on a waiting list to get it. Apparently, they ran out of stock.
Oh, really?
I saw a bunch of people in those like Facebook groups and shit were saying that were coming across my Facebook feed today.
You only got 3 listings. One's on Hampton Road in London, but nothing that I did.
That's true, Corey.
Let's go to office listings. Georgian Bay, $1.8 million. Huh? Good. Somebody did aerial photography there. $1.8 million for a place up in Georgian Bay. Oh, Jesus. Hey, there's a house you can rent. East Lake, Oakville, $6,500 a month.
Holy crap. And that's Canadian dollars.
Yipper. There's an
Yeah,
apartment.
Bill, you might as well stick with the Mini 3.
Hey, there's a house you can buy. $14,799,000. $14 million, almost $15 million for a house in Toronto.
Oh, they released the Raspberry Pi 5.
Hmm.
Are you saying you can't find it or you can? I can find it. I think he meant to say I can't find it around to buy. Yeah, because on Amazon, all I got is the orange Pi 5, raspberry Pi 4.
Look at this, Paul. A 3-bedroom apartment in this building right here.
How much?
$7,100 a month for an apartment.
Wow.
3-bed, 3-bath, 2,300 square feet. But look at that, $7,100 a month. I could live there for a month. That would be it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see any stores with it available. Yep, nothing.
You know, it's kind of curious and how much they want for that place that I did the aerial on it. But this guy don't sell cheap houses. Oh, there's one for 3-bedroom, 1-bath. 800,000. That's not too bad where it is. But
Huh. Wonder how much. Do you know what they're going to retail for, David? Imagine they're going to be expensive.
hey, Paul, look at this one.
Wow.
Huh? $30,000 a month. Who the hell makes that kind of money? They can afford $30,000 a month.
Well, there's some people in the world, Paul, not you and I or anybody we know, but that's chump change to them.
Well, the only thing that makes sense buying a something that expensive would be if you were renting it for a month for vacation or something. But I mean, if you're going to rent a house at that price, you might as well just buy the damn thing.
Well, no kidding.
Fucking 4 or 5 months to pay for a decent sized 4-bedroom house. $80 for 8 gig, $60 for 4 gig. Corey's saying it ain't coming until October. Yeah, I don't see anybody that has it. The only one I saw was the orange Pi 5.
The Trevor says it's petty cash. Jesus Christ, it have to be.
I don't know that from what I've heard, those orange ones are just as good, but I don't know. David, Corey, what do you guys think? That's insane, Mark. Like, if you're going to spend $10,000 a month, you might as well just buy a fucking house. Like, you can afford that.
Yeah.
I mean, I can understand renting a house for a couple months if you're going to be in town on business or vacation or something, and you got that kind of money. That makes sense. But you plan on being there long term, I'd just buy a house. But that's probably what I'm assuming. That's probably what a lot of those people are doing. They're probably renting it for a month or two while they're in business or something.
Yeah, probably gotta be. Just
Not anybody I would know.
Aubrey is racking up Bobcat bucks at school.
hey, boy, you can buy that one with jump change.
She gets to buy stuff at school with him.
7.3 million. Oh Jesus.
Was that a 3? What? How many bedrooms does that say that had?
Three plus one bedroom, 5 baths.
Jesus Christ.
7.3 million.
Oh, I saw that, Corey. Yeah, a bunch of millionaires in California are now trying to hurry up and get their damn mansions sold now. They're in like a frenzy trying to sell them now because over that California tax. And people are losing like a lot of money on mansions now because they're lowering the prices so cheap because they can't get rid of them.
Did anybody buy this?
Not me.
I think Joe bought one.
Did Joe buy it?
I think so. Just play around in the house with it.
So did I. There's my order.
Says they're out of stock now.
You
Oh.
ordered it, Paul?
Yep.
What for?
Well, I figure for that kind of money, what you could take you and Sheila out and meet friends and buy dinner. You'd spend more than that.
Scroll down real quick. What in the hell camera is on the front of that one?
Which one? This one here?
No. The one next to the car.
Over here?
What the fuck is it? It's supposed to be like a Mavic 3 knockoff.
Yeah.
That's KJ.
Oh my God. You serious? It's exactly what that's supposed to be.
Yep. $24.99.
Trying to, I bet you 2 of those cameras aren't even real.
Oh, probably not.
Oh, I bet they are.
No, I'm saying
Tell you.
They
But it's
just
like-
they just wouldn't function very long, but
no,
I mean-
well, it's like the knockoff phones. What they'll do is they'll show that they have 3 cameras, but 2 of them are just glass. There's nothing there.
well, let's see what it says.
They do that with the knockoff phones.
Cabrera 747. Carolina Cabrera 747 was first to say first in one of my recent videos, and that's what's a shot at. So congratulations. Good morning, Quadcopter 101 here, and I have a review of an interesting new drone. This is the XKJ K6 Max drone. Okay, this drone runs for under $30 with shipping included. Okay, now when you hear under $30 with shipping
Oh my
included,
God.
you should expect that there are going to be some shortcuts made on this particular drone, and we're going to talk about those shortcuts here shortly. But another thing you should expect is that this drone is not for professional use, not meant for professional use, even though I believe they're advertising an 8K camera. We'll talk about that 8K
8K
camera
my
shortly,
ass.
too. Okay,
You're
but
lucky you get
suffice for me,
720.
What it is, folks, is it's a beginner's learn to fly drone. A beginner's learn to fly drone with a camera that actually works. Okay, so it's not the best camera in the world. It is kind of pretty poor camera. Okay, it's $30, but again, it's for beginner pilots. Young folks who want to learn to fly and want to get a taste of FPV. This will do it. Okay, this actually will train.
Well, Corey's saying October, Bill, so I'm not sure.
The drone while it's flying in the air.
So it'll be
Let's talk about
this
drone.
next month
I'm
sometime.
looking at it. you can say, well, that looks a lot like something that DJI puts out, in particular, the DJI Mavic 3 Pro, particularly its camera. Okay, look at this camera, folks. Now, for $30, do you think you're going to get a DJI Mavic 3 Pro camera on your drone? No, folks. Let's talk about it. Let's take a real close look at these cameras here. This one's fake. This one's fake. It's plugged up. This is the only real camera here. Okay.
See, I
it's a
told you.
little camera. I'm
I
guessing
knew two
about
of them weren't real.
480p, although it records and interpolates at 720p. I'm guessing it's about 480p is the real sensor in this particular camera. Now, this gimbal does go up or down on it, but it is not a stabilized gimbal. Okay, it can point itself downward about 70 degrees. Let's show you that real quick.
Yeah, it's only a
Turn it on, and it does it remotely, actually, through the controller, which is cool in itself there. But the way it does it, you press this button on the controller here, and that kicks.
oh my god, look how it jumps.
It doesn't go all the way down. It
Oh
goes
my
about
god, that
70
video has got to be horrible when you move it.
down, and it doesn't go up.
It's not even
either.
smooth.
It comes out level like
It
so.
just goes.
But it has pretty nice lights in the front there. And look at that. Can you see that blinking infrared light? Let's see. There should be one on here too. That one's blinking too. So these are emitters, okay? These are obstacle avoidance emitters. I'm going to talk about that here shortly here, folks. When
Infrared.
we get to that part.
Horrible for outside.
So hold on while I turn that off and save battery power in this because I'm going to
Oh
fly
my
this
God.
brush motor drone. And indeed, say, now I'm kind of work outdoors, not matter
You know,
what.
imagine if these companies over there actually decided, hey, I'm gonna make a
Or actually get the
actually try to make a decent clone instead of just a crappy one.
we're in here because this thing needs a lot of room to fly. And well, let's see. There we go there. The optical flow, you got to be careful with the sticks. You got to hold it and then
Well, of course they do, Corey. They're buying them for
fix up a drift.
$20, $30 off of Banggood and then turn around and selling them for trying to triple the price of them.
Turning on the controller and manual takeoff again. Second rate. There, that did it. So obstacle avoidance.
And I think Bang, or is it AliExpress or Banggood gives you deals too if you buy like
Problems I had with okay.
the more you buy, the cheaper you can get them.
For flight. Let's take it outdoors and see how it flies outdoors, folks.
Flight time,
So,
5
a
minutes.
little bit better outdoors. So, hopefully
Oh
we're-
yeah, that ain't no damn Mavic 3.
surface
Not even
and turn
close.
it on. Oh, okay, I gotta say that. Let's get in the picture here.
There's the
Down a
picture.
little.
Oh
Let's see. Feel like
Jesus.
that's today, folks.
Oh
That's so
God.
jello.
Camera's not the best.
That's like 144.
So, again, hold its position again. So let's lower that gimbal one more time.
Yeah, look
Flying
how
down
it
the ground.
jumps. Oh my god.
There I am.
Oh, it's not stabilized yet.
There's its flight capability.
I mean, it seems to fly okay, but that's about the only good feature about it. But it's one of those cheap drones. You ain't going to be able to go more than 1,000 feet from you, and it's going to lose
Nope.
signal. It's liable to fly off if it gets too far from you. Anyone see news about Michael Gambon? Who's Michael Gambon?
Corey wants me to land on a ship. Nah, I don't think so.
Oh, he's the one that played
Michael Gambini?
he played Dumbledore in Harry. Oh, he died at 82. He played Dumbledore in Harry Potter.
Dumbledore. Okay. Sarah knows.
Yeah, I had to look it up. I didn't know who he was. I never knew his name like that, but I know who the guy is. 'Cause I've seen all the Harry Potter movies.
Oh, have you? That not me.
Oh, the special effects in those movies were amazing. That's one of the reasons I liked them. And it was a good storyline too. It was a decent storyline, but the special effects were really, really good in those movies. They did a good job on those. And it all started from that lady just was making a story, bedtime stories for her kids. That's how that whole thing started. Ends up becoming freaking a billionaire from it. That's what happened to Mike Nitrain when he bought that track vehicle thing off of Facebook, Mark. They sent him a little cheapy ring.
I can't find any listing at all, though. I don't think they got it listed yet. The one I did in Strathroy. So, now you imagine having a cheap drone like that, fucking fly it over to the garbage can and drop it in. Poof! There you go.
Oh,
Oh, okay. I got to take a look at this here from Corey. Holy Jesus. Right on the
What?
Queen. Wow.
they won $9 million for that shack.
Yep.
Oh,
No,
God,
that's
they're
10
damn
million. It's 10 million. Add $1 is $10 million.
Oh, they can kiss my ass. That little ass house at most cost 60 grand to build.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Oh, probably less than that. Probably how many years old it is. Just,
I don't see how they could justify paying that much for a house that size. Like I said, you could go buy freaking 15 houses that size in normal neighborhoods.
it's a
That
total
much money.
parking spaces. You got 12 parking spaces? Let's have a big freaking lot or something. Holy shit. You can rent out the parking spaces $1,000 a month each one. I can pay for it, right? Yeah.
Yeah, over a 40-year period.
Yeah.
What's
No.
up, Ron?
How you guys doing?
Yeah.
Oh, getting ready to pack up here and leave town.
Where are you heading to?
Over to Sheridan, which is about 2.5 hours from here. So I'll be working tomorrow. That's one of our locations that I don't have to work at, but I have the opportunity to work there. So I'm going to go there and just orient myself to the town. And it's not a very big town, and it's run by the same company. So
I think it's good for you as a new employee to get familiar with everybody.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yep.
You don't want to be known as that new guy that doesn't want to ever do nothing,
Yeah.
Oh.
And I'm gonna stop on the way in Gillette. I think I got 7 or 8 prints all edited and ready to go, and I'm gonna stop at the printer on the way out of town.
Are you headed anywhere near the jeweler you wanted to get to?
No, unfortunately, I head in the opposite direction.
Oh, okay.
No, that's sitting on my desk with a to-do list.
Did you call the jeweler and tell him what you got?
That's probably not a bad idea. I might call them.
Because he might say, well, that's out of my ballpark, you know?
Yeah.
What are you trying to do?
My sister-in-law sent me a couple of watches that belonged to my brother, or actually that belonged to my father or great-grand. I don't know, some relative, but I just don't know how he acquired them. The only thing I can think is when my father passed away, everybody came to my dad's house and everybody scavenged through things, and it was amazing the amount of stuff that my brother had, and so much of it belonged to me. And this is what things that kind of pissed me off. Like my sister-in-law sent me all this stuff, like my original birth certificate. He had it. Some
Why'd
of my
your brother have that?
yeah. Why did he? So
Well, what we're talking about is the Rolex watches that he got. They've
Yeah.
got diamonds around them. I looked them up online at different jewelers, and they go for $35,000 or $40,000
yeah.
today.
So, but a jeweler has. Apparently, they got to send it in to Rolex to see.
Well, you're going to go through a third party, then you're just all the jewelers is going to be as a middleman.
Right.
But they'll get in contact with the correct people because you don't want to really be fucking around with the $40,000 watch if you don't know
Right.
what you're doing, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So.
But you kind of need a middleman in order to make sure it's
Well, all
goes
of
to the
those
right
places
people and
that
all
we looked up online, Ron, said that they deal in those. And I were you, I would call one of those guys, because if they're advertising the prices and everything,
Mhm.
you could say, hey, this is what I got. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
I'm
'Cause
curious.
If they're dealing in them, then you're ahead of the game. Then if you just walk into some jewelry store, even though it might be good size, they probably never had a $35,000 watch in their life.
Don't know. Yeah, one never knows.
Well, the question is what are you trying to do? Just get the battery replaced,
No,
or
I'm not really sure what to do with it.
because to be
Well-
honest, you might not even to be honest, you might not even be able to afford to fix those.
Well, and
they're
besides
that
that,
expensive.
or if do you want to keep it? Does it mean anything to you, or you want to cash out and get the bucks?
Honestly, I don't know, the way things were with my brother and I'd probably,
Just get the money, right?
yeah, put it to good
Shit,
use.
why not, bro? That go towards your retirement fund right there.
Oh
Hell
yeah.
You go over to
Yeah.
Australia and make it rain for Matt. That's what real money looks like.
Yeah.
Well, that would be putting a new twist on the phrase "time to fly."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's
You know
that's what I would do. Is I would go to the biggest, baddest guys online that deal in that kind of thing all the time,
Mhm.
and say, "Is this something that you'd be interested in?"
Yeah.
Well, I honestly would get in touch with a actual Rolex,
Well, that's what these
Dealer
guys
or
are,
somebody.
Rolex dealers.
because they'll be able to ask. Because the thing is I watch this guy that does watches on YouTube,
Mhm.
and what people will do is they'll bring, and he works for Rolex, they'll bring him the watches, and he'll actually find dealers. They almost put it on consignment, and they'll find people, collectors, and they sell it for the person.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to lose a little bit because they're going to take a percentage of it for doing it for you, but they'll find the right person.
Well, yeah, but it's found money for him, you know.
right.
Well, money I didn't have in the first place.
But that's what these people do is they bring him the watches. He's an official somebody for Rolex,
Mm.
and he finds buyers, the rich guys that like to collect watches, and he gets them sold and then cuts a check to the person.
Mm.
Biggest
Yes.
thing is you got to get them evaluated though.
Yeah, it's just I think a jeweler has to send it in. At least they told me they got to send it in to somebody. I don't know whether it's Rolex to make sure it's truly authentic.
Is
and
what it is. Yep.
what it is. Yeah. Well, who knows?
Yeah,
Like,
because what Justin, what it is one of those watches, the big dial, and it's got diamonds all the way around it.
yeah.
Well, the funny thing you talk about, they gotta make sure it's what it says it is or whatever. It's not a fake.
Yeah.
But I got a gun here, a 12 gauge autoloader. But it's a copy of the Browning Auto 5. It's got
Right.
almost everything exactly the same. It's got a screw with a set screw, it's got a screw to hold the screw in. And that's the way the Browning Auto 5 was. And it's engraved on the sides and everything else. You look at it, it's almost like a Browning 5, but I think it was a Czechoslovakian gun, I think. Forget the make. But it looks just like a Browning Auto 5.
Yeah, AZ has a point there. Said the back has to be opened in order to make sure it's all Rolex.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just don't want anybody in some little small jewelry store sitting the clerk in the back prying the back off it,
Yeah.
Or somebody just took the dial part of it and put it in another watch and said, hey, here's the Rolex.
That's why I'd be dealing with a big boy myself. But that's me.
What I was shocked at this morning was my wooden sign that I put the resin on yesterday.
Yeah.
Eyes a bone today. I'm like, holy cow.
But it soak it right in?
I said, yeah, it's completely dry. Where the other project I worked on, my God, it took like a week.
Oh, really?
Today, this thing is bone. Here it is. I'll show you. Getting ready to put the clock in it. Yeah, it turned out.
Oh yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell on video here, but
yeah, you can see the thickness of it though.
Yeah,
the light reflection.
Yeah, and then this
That's
clock will go right in here. I'll set that in. I think it's going to be a nice little centerpiece,
Yeah.
Come out real good. But yeah, I sat out there for good hour and a half and babysat it yesterday out in the garage with the propane torch. And then every time a little air bubble come up, you hit it with the torch and that blows out the air bubbles. So, but
nice job.
It was funny. I was up at the lodge yesterday and I was looking at my bear hide again, and Ralph goes, Ron, do you want to take that home for a couple of days and sleep with it or something?
AZ, well, these watches that Ron got are probably what, 30, 40, 50 years old?
If it's my father's or grandfather's, yeah. So, question is, age like that, does it make it worth more? I don't know. Because it's an antique. Diamonds from Rolex up to a few years ago, they all are customized.
Yep.
Huh. Like I said, I don't know.
That's why I say the guys that know it, that's who you want to deal with.
Yeah.
Well, the biggest thing too is like that one guy I watched on YouTube. The biggest giveaway is when they pop the back off. If there's any plastic parts in it, it's a fake.
What
Because
what
Rolex
model did we
only
say
uses
that
metal.
was, Justin? Ron, do you remember?
Hold on.
Because Rolex doesn't use any plastic parts. Everything's made from some type of metal. Because he was showing some really good fake Rolexes that looked really good on the outside, but the minute you popped the back off it, there was a bunch of plastic pieces in there. And he was like, that's a dead giveaway right there.
Captain Joe, how you doing?
Well, and see, you could have a particular model of watch too, but then depending on what year that model was made, it could be even more of a rare one.
Yeah.
Or it could
Well,
be
we
more
took
of a
we took
common
a
one.
pretty in-depth look at it. Went online. See here.
Yeah.
It's a nice watch.
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm.
What's it say on the
Because-
back of it?
Because somebody's going to have to verify it and give him a certification verifying that it's a real one. Then most likely he'd be able to sell it after that if he wanted to sell it, but he's going to have to get some kind of certification on
Didn't
it.
say anything on the back. Print's so small to. See if I can get a picture of it and then try and blow it up and read it.
Watch you say Timex on the back.
So the letters FAKE.
This is Rolex Oyster Quartz. Then there's some.
There's still guys out there collect them, Russell.
Yep. Well, it's like
Although the
anything
watch-
else.
But the watch, Russell's right though. The watch industry has taken a big hit over the years
Yeah, because of cell phones. Yeah,
because people have smartwatches. Everybody's got these things now. So,
Yeah.
But there are still guys out there that collect high-end watches.
Yeah. It's in a Rolex little cover. You know. I don't know. We will see.
I have an X-Lax watch. It runs real good.
X-Lax watch.
I said I have a feeling that it belonged to my grandfather or great grandfather. I said, well, my brother came back to the house. He came back like a couple of days early and he just scavenged through everything, took whatever he could. Like, why would he, for all those years, keep all that stuff that belonged to me? My birth certificate, my report cards, pictures. Why would he keep that stuff?
Yeah.
And that's the sort of thing that pissed me off about him.
I was real surprised when my grandparents both passed away because, you know, they had 9 kids and I was like, oh, this is going to be a shit show when my grandpa died. I was like, man, I hope that everybody's not arguing and fighting. But no, they all met up at my grandpa's house. They brought everything out and they all went through it and picked what they all wanted.
Makes it more collectible. Mark, no, it don't. The only thing she sent me was that.
Does that look like the watch right there?
No, I think the diamonds are bigger on his.
Yeah.
His was like a gold back plate, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The time.
We actually saw the one on here. You found it the other day.
Yeah,
Paul.
we found it the other day.
But like David said, a lot of Rolexes, you know, they'll start off as a standard Rolex, but then a lot of guys will have them customized.
Yeah. Oh, hold on, let me stir my potatoes.
But he's, like I said, he's definitely going to have to get some kind of certification.
Oh, yeah.
State, some legit company that certifies stuff like that before because any high grade or anybody that's like a high end buyer that's going to buy that shit, they're going to want that certificate of authenticity with it, saying it's
Look
real.
at the different shaped diamonds, like across from the date at the 9 o'clock position and the 6, they're a elongated diamond. They're not square diamond. Yeah.
Like this one here?
Yeah. But look at the 6 o'clock and 9 o'clock diamonds.
Yep. There. And there's none at the top. Yep.
Yeah.
Your price, $18,590.
But that's probably rebuilt and everything or gone through. And
Here's the inside.
Yeah, see, on the inside, there's not going to be any plastic pieces at all. It's going to be, everything's going to be metal.
But I think that
What's up,
Oyster
Daryl?
Perpetual, right?
What's up,
That's what his was. He said oyster.
Yeah. Close to this. Corey just sent a link. Open a background, open a new window. Yeah, that does look pretty slim. Yeah, Corey, that looks
yeah, but yours didn't have that many diamonds on the outside ring, though, did it?
yeah,
Did it?
yeah. It's identical.
See down at the very bottom.
Oh yeah, that's it. That's
It says
the one.
Swiss made.
That's the one.
Chronometer officially certified Swiss made.
Oh, shit.
$25,190 USD.
Ron, I'll give you $100 and a Jolly Rancher.
But
see,
see, it
it's
depends on how many carat diamonds are. Because there's 1 carat, 2 carat, 3 carat.
It's nice when you inherit something like that, but at the same time, if you're not experienced in selling shit that expensive, it kind of becomes a pain in the ass in itself.
Yeah, that's why I want to be
Because-
careful about it.
Right. Yeah, you gotta really be careful about getting in touch with the right people.
Oh, the thing of it is, in your case, Ron,
Well,
you could use the money. I mean, you've never been a expensive watch guy.
No, well, no. I mean, I got
well,
1,000 watch, but yeah, I bought
I mean, I
it.
can't see you wearing that out in the bush hunting. No.
No,
to be honest, Ron, you might want to just find the nearest Rolex dealer to you or Rolex store, and maybe just for that, if they're worth that much, it might be worth the plane ride to just go there and take them there, have them look at them, or call them up and just ask them over the phone what to
They'll
do.
trade it in for a couple new rifles.
there you go. You're
Well-
talking.
With $20,000, you could buy more than a couple rifles.
Well, yeah, but really good rifles.
I would try to find a Rolex store and actually call and ask them what you do in that case.
Yeah,
Let's see
I-
here.
Because on this one here, I'm gonna screen share again.
There's 2 of them here in Florida. I can give you the numbers to if you want to call them.
See, right here, it says the experts. Here you go. You got is 404, is that Florida?
Not that I don't.
Our watch
recognize it.
experts are here to help, and there's a phone number.
Or you can email them too, chat.
Text them.
But if you go to Google and look them up, Rolex stores, there's 2 of them here, one in Orlando and one in Tampa. You could just call them over the phone and say, hey, look, I inherited these 2 watches. I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
I've looked them up. They say they're worth this much. What would you recommend I do? And just
Yeah.
get some information from them.
Ask
Yeah.
Google.
There might be there could be a Rolex store in your state too. It's possible, or one close to you that's not too far.
But if you have to send it out, insurance.
Well, I'm saying if there's one within a day's drive, it would be worth him taking the time to drive them up there and have them look at them in person.
Yeah.
Be a nice trip on the motorcycle.
Because they might be able to give you a certification right there saying, then they look at them, verify them.
Well,
Or
that's the
they
thing.
might be able to give you an offer for them.
If it gets sent into Rolex, then they would be able to supply letters of letter of authenticity, whatever you call it.
The thing is I wouldn't want to send them in the mail. Would you?
Nah, I'm a little
And
leery
now, if
about
you take it to, you might be able to take it, like I said, you might be able to take it to a Rolex store. They could pretty much look at it, verify that they believe it's real. Let them send the shit off because they'll be insured for it. If something happens. Or, like I said, it's possible they could give you a certification right there in the store.
If they get their little eyepiece, I'll pop the back off and probably could tell you right away.
I wouldn't be popping the back off anything that expensive.
No.
That'd be like saying, well, just run a rod down through that rifle, just no.
Yeah, but jewelers know what they're doing.
Go to Google and just put in Rolex store and see which one's the closest to you. That's what I
Rolex
do.
certified dealer.
Hey. Deng
That's
Xiao.
what I
Oh, sorry.
That's what I did, and each one of them was about an hour from me either way, either direction.
I just found Rolex.com. Agree. Oh shit. Like the nearest one to me. Well, actually. Down in Colorado.
I would
Hey,
just call them on
right.
the phone and get
Call them and
their,
talk to them.
Down
get their
Boulder.
opinion on what to do.
We're looking at that one that Corey Mono put on here. But you're looking at, but you can pay for it through Shop Pay, $2,000 a month. Really? For a watch?
Well, if I could afford a $20,000 watch, I wouldn't be getting it on damn monthly payments. I just buy the shit outright.
It's 15K now. Huh. Wow. Yeah, Joe, road trip.
Yeah, road trip.
I mean, it would be worth it. I mean, worst case scenario, you're going to find out they're not real or something stupid, and you had a couple days of a road trip. I mean,
Couple of
Yeah.
steps would be call them, talk to them. If you're comfortable with talking to them, then you plan to go see them,
Yeah.
right.
Found one in Boulder. Boulder's probably 5 hours from here.
That's not that bad.
No, cost me maybe. I take the car. Obviously, take the drones because the colors are changing down there in
Sure.
Colorado.
Pawn Stars. Seriously, Mudball.
Well, the only reason I keep bringing it up, Ron, is I know they're liable to sit there on the counter and somebody's going to come in there and take them,
I don't know, Mudball. Is Chumley out of prison yet? He said you might get to meet Chumley.
Oh my God.
And-
Holy
and
shit.
What's that?
Just go in there with the information that you do know
Look
about
what
it.
Corey just posted.
And this is the model.
And see, Ron, go in there with all this information that you do have on them that you don't know, that you do know of. That way you're not going in there completely blind, Make some printouts and walk in there and be like, well, I've looked them up. Lay it
Yeah.
down on the thing and say, this is what they're saying they're worth. I need you to look
Right.
at them. That way they don't think you're just some idiot that brought in a watch. And they're like, oh yeah, only $2,000.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Try to lowball you or some stupid shit.
But Corey
Right.
Miner just posted that one there. It was $71,000 Canadian.
Yeah.
Pitch race. It's
I don't
not
know.
real. If it
That's
says
only $50,000 US though.
with the roux in place of the creme. What did he say?
There it is. Is that the watch right there?
Yeah.
$60,200.
It's the US, but the Canadian version is 71,000.
But you also got to remember that's different between what used and new, though.
Yeah, that's a new watch, not a used one.
Well,
He's going by
who knows if they're still making those watches? You don't know.
Well, like I said too, you can have the same model but made different years, and it could be depend on the year as well. You know, one year they might have not made as many, which makes it more valuable, or it might have had a certain, you know, something special done to it that year that the other ones didn't have. I mean, there's a lot of factors that could go into how much it's worth. But I would definitely go in there with as much information as possible.
Yeah, don't go in there walking. It's like you said, like on Pawn Stars, you know, a lot of those people walk in there and on that show and like, oh, I got this and that. What do you think it's worth? You know, and
Is
they call in those
Cheyenne,
experts.
is Cheyenne near you?
Yeah. Cheyenne's just about 3 hours away.
Oh yeah, but those aren't actual Rolex dealers though, Mark.
You don't
Those
want to
are all
walk
just
into a
jewelry
neighborhood
stores.
jeweler that's used to selling diamond rings or cheaper
Well, I'm
watches.
sure a mom and pop shop that knows their shit, they probably have run across those at some point and would at least know your basic information. But same time, I would go to an actual Rolex store. But like I said, just call them up and talk to them over the phone first. Explain your situation.
You know, then the other question, let's say I go to some place and they find out, yeah, this is a true authentic, it's worth 30,000. Question is then if I want to sell it, how do I go about it?
Well, that's the information you would want to get from them too, because they could probably, like I said, I'm not for sure, I'm just spitballing here, but it is possible the Rolex store could put it on consignment for you and put it out for sale.
Or they
And once
might
they
have a
sell
list
it-
of high-end buyers.
Right, exactly.
They make a couple of phone calls and the guys with the money, you know, it's like Paul was talking about those $15-20 million rental houses. You and I don't deal in that world, and that watch is not in our normal sphere.
Russell, that brings me back to a memory of it's back in Pennsylvania. Christ, it had to be 15-20 years ago, but I had a partner that he was a little bit demented. His father was a psychiatrist. Anyhow, we were out on a call. We got a call, subject hit by a train. Guy committed suicide and jumped out in front of a train, and there were parts of him all over the tracks. But Jason goes up and he finds half of an arm laying there, and he goes, "Hey, Ron, look, he's got a Timex. Takes a licking, keeps on ticking." The watch is still working.
God.
Yeah.
Just my advice, Ron, you do what you want to do, but don't let it sit.
No, I'm gonna, if I got to take a travel, I got to pick a day, and like I said, I'm gonna make some phone calls first. I'm not just randomly take a drive somewhere.
No, you got to make some phone calls. Find out who's serious. I mean, you might call some dealer and says, "Nah, that's too expensive for me. I'm not interested."
Yeah.
Well, then, like I said, the guy, and you were right about that, Murray, about knowing, because the guy I watched too, they had lists of high-end dealers looking for dealers and buyers that were looking for specific watches,
Yep.
and they would
Dealer
know
were
who to
buy it,
call. So.
Who the real collectors are. Yep.
Hey, Paul, I gotta leave now because I gotta pick up Sheila at 10:30.
Okay. Hey, you behave yourself now. None of that pulling over the side of the road and having a whoopee.
Oh shit! Do it if I can.
What?
See you guys.
Do it when you can. Turn one down, die one short.
Yeah, that's right. So, okay.
and parts. to sneak.
That would be interesting to hear what they have to say to you, though.
Yeah,
Because that would definitely be worth the drive.
Yeah, especially like in your case, you're gonna take the drone and get fall colors and stuff anyway, so.
yeah. I'm taking it today. I'm gonna get it charged up and
Like I said, worst case scenario, you're on a 2-3 day vacation.
yeah. Yeah, it's a nice drive down to Colorado.
Well, and the thing of it is, the job you got now, you get like several days off in a row, don't you?
Like 5.
Yeah.
Not the next week though. I'm a little crazy for the next week. I'm working tomorrow, off Saturday, working Sunday, off Monday, working Tuesday, and then I have 5 days off.
So next Wednesday, you got 5 days off.
Yeah.
So in the meantime, you make calls and find out who's in your area and if they're interested in even talking to you about it.
Yeah.
Well, they might be able to get you in touch with watch dealers too. That just
Yeah.
dealing with selling high end stuff too. They might be able to get you in touch with somebody.
Very nice and late placed. All the colors are changing.
Lake Placid.
Quarryman's up in Canada, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, it's probably changing up there.
I should start cooling off in Florida. Tired of this
Oh,
fucking-
my outfitter up in Canada where I bear hunted texted me a couple days ago, and he said, Ron, the stand that you were in where you got your 400-pound bear, we got another one, 740. I'm like, holy
Oh,
shit,
shit.
that's a big bear. That's a big black bear up in Canada, up in Manitoba.
Yeah, that would be interesting to see though what happens. Like if you can get in touch with somebody.
Yeah, I
That's,
think, like I said, there's no sentimental value between me and my brother. Well, obviously,
No, because it was kind of dropped in your lap. It doesn't it means anything to you.
yeah,
Other than the fact that, hey, ching.
Well, the
Yeah.
thing is the way I look at it too is even if it really meant anything to you, it's like, what are you ever going to do with a $40,000 watch? But let it sit and collect dust.
Yeah,
in the room?
exactly.
I mean, would you really want to take the chance of wearing that motherfucker around? I wouldn't.
no,
I mean, if you were able to afford to buy a $40,000 watch and not think twice, then of course you'd be more comfortable wearing it around. But
yeah,
it's like, really, what are you going to do with anything that expensive but decide to sit on it?
yeah.
You know?
You know, the funny thing is, and this may sound weird, for as much as I been talking about this online, I need to put it somewhere in the house where, matter of fact, I put it in my gun safe. That's where I'm going to put it. And if they can get in there and get that safe out, then they can have it. Because it took 4 guys to get it in here. So. You never know who's looking.
I remember my dad put that one
Hell
safe in
no.
his house.
Joe, no way. Yeah, EMS, yeah, I'm not going to wear that. Something like that. Hell, I'm afraid to wear it anywhere. Well, I guess I'm going to go get some stuff ready.
Yeah.
And
My dad had one like that.
Made not to do that? Sure they are.
See how big that damn thing is?
yeah,
He had one like that, and they actually had to cut a hole in the ceiling of his house, lower it with a boom into the house, and then they put a skylight over top of it
wow.
because it was so massive.
it was neat was Dawn's safe is 1,200 pounds, and a guy he hired a guy with a little robotic lift. The guy had a little remote control about the size of a drone remote, and he walked it down the driveway, up on the porch, up on the step, out across his hardwood floor, and put it in his den. Yeah, didn't put a mark on anything anywhere.
No, but he had about 200 guns in there for you, and money and jewelry and all kinds of shit. That thing probably weighed, I'm gonna guess that thing probably weighed about a ton, maybe a ton and a half. That was a big ass safe. The door on it was like this freaking thick.
Still, it's a bitch to get out.
That's why I said my dad's, the door on it was probably about that thick, and the bolts were about that big around that went into the side of the, when you would close the wheel on it.
When I moved out of my old place, I actually got it out into the garage. When I moved out of my old place, I did everything I could to put everything I owned out in the garage. So come moving day, your moving help, they don't got to scavenge through the house. They just come into the garage and load it in the truck. But it took me about 3 hours to go from the one room out through the washroom and then into the garage. I just grabbed it, inched it, and slid it. Yeah, it took a while. Well, guys, I'm gonna finish my cooking here. Making some meals for tomorrow.
Meals on Wheels.
Yeah. Meeting a little lady this afternoon.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's not. The sad part is she's a nice gal. I met her online 3-4 months ago. And I met her physically the day before I left for Alaska. We talked several times, and I said, hey, I'm coming up through Sheridan. I'm on my way to Billings to fly out to Alaska, but I said, we'll be glad to meet you. So we met at a coffee shop. Then she revealed to me that she has 3 kids. 2 of them are adopted, but one is a special needs kid. He's like 16, I think, but he's with her
that.
like 24/7. So, and that's just not for me. I can't, it's not that I don't like her or, and I think she's kind of getting the picture of like, hey, let's be friends and hang out. And she's a geologist. And we had talked about going and doing some hiking. If nothing else, it's a buddy to hang out with, but I just don't want to, get in a relationship and, have it go the wrong way and just, you know what I mean? It's just not right. We're going to meet for dinner tonight.
well, that's nice.
Yeah. And hey, Curtis. Stir my
What's up,
potatoes.
Curtis? It's already Thursday. I thought it was Wednesday. Oh, Curtis got to film that bomber. He messaged me yesterday. What did he say? Yeah. He said, we found the bomber. It was really dark down there, so I got an ROV with even brighter lights on it, and we're going back this weekend to film it. That's why I haven't been around Paul's show. Feel free to let everybody know I'm working on something epic. That was from
Epic.
Curtis.
Okay.
That's
We
what I
like,
want to see.
we like Epic.
That's what I'm waiting to see. I want to see some plane crashes, some boat wrecks underwater.
Hmm.
As long as it's epic.
It'd be really cool if you could do the memorial in Hawaii, but I have a feeling that they would flip their shit if Curtis went out there trying to do that.
Water might be pretty deep there though, too.
No, I'm talking about where the Arizona that's sitting right on the top of the water.
Oh.
Like it would be cool if you were able to go down there and get some shots around it, but I don't think they would. I think they'd flip their shit if somebody was out there trying to do that.
That's considered a national park, isn't it?
It's a national monument. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like even if you were being super respectful, I think they'd have an issue with it.
Yeah. So, well, guys, I'm gonna skedoodle.
Okay, Ron, take care. Justin, what do you think, buddy?
Yeah, I'm gonna jump off too. I'm gonna go get something to eat.
Okay. All right, everybody in the chat, thanks for being here. We'll see all of you again later today. Stay out of
We'll see
trouble,
you later.
stay safe, and have a great day. Bye, everybody.
See you guys.